Presenting on the topic, do impacts of ancestry, marital status and race influence policies and social outcomes in the United States? My name is Agyei Emmanuel. Literature review. According to Harrington Mayer's study on ethnic groups and marital choices in Canada from 1871 to 1971, 1. Found a decline in the percentage of individuals qualifying as wives or widows, particularly among African Americans, which has implications for elderly Black women eligibility for benefits. Calbe's study found that ethno-religious intermarriage has progressed in Canadian society, but individuals are still strongly affected by their choice of marriage partner. Jerry research explored the relationship between race, gender, class, and sexual orientation and self-related health outcomes. The research jeopardily for poor South Asian women, but also mitigating effects for poor women and poor Asian. Research question and association. So my general research question was, is there the connection between ancestry, marital status, and race influence policies and outcome in the US? And first association is there an association between marital status and ancestral level? Second association, is there an association between race and ancestral level? Um, The methods. The dataset was obtained from the US Census Bureau and it was collected through face-to-face interview in the year 2019. The sampling techniques are stratified sampling and cluster sampling. And the sample size consists of 6,454,092 individuals. Um, the methods that's the measure. Explanatory variables for both associations are marital status and race. Under marital status, we have a categorical value for married present, 2 for married absent, 3 for separated, 4 divorced, 5 widowed, and 6 never married. And under race, we have 1 for white, 2 for black, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Asian, 7, 8, 9 for other race. I regroup this in order to make my work more simple and um, more for easy explanation. Response variable. My response variable for both association was ancestral level. And under ancestral level, the categorical value for United States is 940, African American 920, Caucasian 924, and African 599. The data set used was IPIM USA old. The methods inferential test, the variable, explanatory variable is they are categorical. That's marital status and race. And the response variable for both associations ancestral level. And the statistical method used was chi-square. The reason is the variables in both associations are all categorical and the sample space is greater than 30. This qualifies us to use the chi-square. The null hypothesis for the first association is that there is no association between marital status and the level of ancestry in US. And the alternate hypothesis, there is an association between marital status and the level of ancestry in USA. And the null hypothesis for the second association is there is no association between race and the level of ancestry in USA. And the alternate hypothesis is there is an association between race and the level of ancestry in USA. So we'll move to our results. That's our bivariate graph. So this is the bivariate graph for ancestry and marital status. That's that association. And the second one is the bivariate graph for ancestry and race. The results from the chi-square. So from this result, we can conclude that since the p-value is less than 0.05, there is no enough evidence to support the null hypothesis. Hence the null hypothesis is rejected. So we can say that there is no association between marital status and ancestry, which may be the possibility of type 1 error. For the second association, the results from the chi-square, as we can see, we could conclude that since the p-value is less than 0.05, there is there is no enough evidence to support the null hypothesis. Hence, the null hypothesis is rejected, and we can say that there is no association between race and ancestry, which there may be a possibility of type 1 error. The discussion question. Um, there was a general discussion question, and that was in support of the literature review and the chi-square results. So since the literature review and the chi-square results all produce the same outcome, thus showing that there's a relationship between marital status, race, and ancestry, and they all have impact on the US. Well, there's no need for any opposition because they were all in one direction. Also, there was a limitation, and the limitation is the study did not encapsulate the complete intricacy of marital status, ancestry, and race. And there was a suggestion. The suggestion is future studies should strive to use nuanced method and qualitative measures to profound comprehensive on the topic. And the recommendation is policymakers should create policies that will serve as a common ground for all people, regardless of your marital status, race, and ancestry. That will foster prosperity and development in United States. Thank you.